When you finally understand that it's not going to be another training program or meal plan that gets you out of this body insecurity, out of this lack of confidence and not feeling comfortable in your own skin, then you've taken the first step to changing everything. And I don't just mean losing a bit of weight, adding some muscle and changing aesthetically. I mean to changing your entire fucking life. For so long, I thought it was just another program that was going to do it for me. I thought I needed another meal plan, a different nutrition strategy. I needed to tweak my calories. I needed a new coach, but none of that ever worked. And the reason that none of that ever worked and why it's not working for you is because I was still living by the same story that got me to where I was in the first place. I still had these belief systems that I wasn't good enough, that my body was never going to be good enough, that it was never going to be attractive, that I was always going to be the bigger guy that was full of self-doubt, didn't like what he looked like in the mirror, and that was just going to be how my life went. And no matter how much I tried everything out there, and a lot of times actually got some physical progress, I was still not happy. I was still not confident. And I see this so much, people banging their heads away, feeling like shit, normalizing this lack of confidence, turning to things, toxic things like body positivity to try and feel better about themselves. But none of those things are the answer. And the reason is because you haven't actually gotten to the root cause of why this keeps happening. You keep trying to change your external world. You keep trying to change your actions, but you need to understand that it is what is going on in your mind, in your brain, the belief systems and stories that you're living by. When you understand that that's actually what's pulling the strings, and you can start to identify that and change that, that's when things will change in your life. That's when you'll be able to find the consistency that you lack. That's when you'll be able to find that motivation. That motivation will just magically come out of nowhere, right? This is when you can actually start shifting as a person. And like I said, this is not just a physical thing. As I record this video, I'm currently in the best physical shape of my life, without question, without doubt. But my training hasn't changed. My nutrition strategy and my knowledge and what I've been doing hasn't been any different to any other time. But what's different is I've changed that belief that I was never going to be good enough, that I had to be perfect, that my body was never going to be attractive, that I was always going to be bound to this negative appearance and perception of myself that was then going to control my life, right? And the more I played that story out in my head, the more that I kept confirming that belief to myself, the more every day I would wake up and think thoughts aligned with that. The more I thought thoughts that were aligned with that, the more I would feel sad, depressed, stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, not good enough, right? I had emotions from these thoughts. And then when you're feeling in that state, when you're in those negative emotions, your actions and behavior will then be dictated by that. Right? So my ability to train consistently or eat consistently was never there. My ability to talk to myself in a really positive way wasn't there because that's not what was going to reflect those emotions that I was feeling, right? And that kept giving me the same results that I was getting, which then continued to reiterate these beliefs and stories that I held. So if you're watching this and you're sick and tired of not loving your body, not feeling confident, and it actually doesn't even have to do with your body. Maybe just in life you're lacking purpose. You can't find your person. You feel like every man or woman out there is just horrible and you're never going to find the one, right? Maybe you're too scared to take that leap of faith into your business or into a big risk that you want to take, but you're full of doubt. Whatever your current problem and challenges are, they can all be solved by understanding this internal framework that we have as humans, right? Our brain is a goal-achieving machine. And it, as I said, it aligns our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings, our behavior, and therefore our results. And until you get into this internal framework and start to shift these things, your results in your external world will continue to look the exact fucking same. And yeah, I've learned this the hard way over the last, I'm 31 now. I've only been feeling the way I feel now within the last couple of years. So over the best part of my life, 28, 29 years, I didn't understand this. But now that I do, I've never felt better. I have never looked better. My mindset has never been like this, right? And I am now on the trajectory, on the path to continue to improve my body, build my dream life, and really reach my potential and my purpose for being here on this earth. So if you're sick and tired of being in the mud, in this stagnancy, in this foggy headspace, in this body that you don't like, this is where your work is. Don't go and jump on another fucking program or meal plan. Actually understand that there is a root cause, there is a limiting belief that is stopping you from being able to execute that, And when you do, everything will fucking change.